Congresswoman, there's a lot I want to get to. But first, your reaction to the troop withdrawal from Afghanistan and Iraq and the fact that it's been announced before it even happened.
Well, Stephanie, as you can imagine, so many of us want to get out of Iraq and Afghanistan, what we call these generational wars with fathers and mothers and sons and daughters fighting in the same war. And yet, to announce any troop movement before you do it certainly is not a good military move. And then to do something like this without really bringing in our allies, without having them help us come to the best decisions so we can implement the best strategy in the region, is something that's very concerning to me and a continued problem with this presidency.
Does it concern you that this announcement happened just days after the president punted top Defense Department officials and put in his loyalists?
Well, yes, Stephanie. I mean, we have people here who don't have experience in the Department of Defense, who don't have experience making these key strategic decisions. It really has a domino effect on our role worldwide and how we are going to be perceived, the stability of countries across the world and our own national security. So to have new people in right now who don't understand all of these implications, and a president who's made bad, chaotic decisions in the past and continues to do so, is very concerning.
Let's talk about the president firing the head of election cybersecurity, Christopher Krebs. We know you don't feel good about it, but could the president replace him with a loyalist who could then do something that threatens the outcome of the election?
I think, it'd be very hard to threaten the outcome of the election. We've seen the president in court with spurious legal claims that the courts have not bought into. I think it would be very difficult for the president to overturn this. But any attack on our democratic election system by the President of the United States, these constant attacks on how we're running our democratic elections, on the fairness of them, is really striking to me and incredibly disappointing to me. I've served all over the world. I've seen the United States teach other countries how to run democratic elections, and for our president to undermine our election system is really unacceptable. And quite frankly, I'm very glad we'll have Joe Biden coming in soon, somebody who understands the importance of our democracy and will work hard to defend it.
I want to talk about the importance of the transition, because a mere mortal civilian like me doesn't necessarily understand the importance of it. The president is refusing to give President-elect Biden security briefings. You are someone who served in the Navy around the world. Your life depended on these types of decisions. What are your biggest concerns about this lack of information sharing?
Well, first of all, just the precedent it sets. We know how important these transitions are. We know how important it is to national security, and we know that this is such a key piece of our democracy, the peaceful transition of power. It's something I've always taken great pride in. But furthermore, it does weaken our national security. Even the 9/11 report, even though 9/11, as we know, was in September, even the fact that that transition was cut into because of the Bush v. Gore election was problematic as far along as September. So we know we're losing valuable time right now. Luckily, we have an incoming president who's very well versed in foreign affairs and national security. I know he'll be ready on day one to assume control of this. But to have a president, our current sitting president, put his own petty self-interest before the interest of the United States, and to not engage in this peaceful transition, again, is unacceptable, and I would say makes him unfit to be the commander-in-chief.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.